Hello and welcome back to the Southampton Save. Today we've got a Premier League game against Stoke and then the crucial quarter-final game against Ajax. As you can see by our league position here, we dropped down to 9th recently, and that's just due to some awful form we've had recently. We've not won a league game in how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We haven't won 5 league games. Since you were last with me, we lost to Tottenham. We drew with Hull, drew with Sunderland. It's not been great, really. Moreno has just sort of stopped scoring, but he's our best striker, and I've got faith in him, so I want him to do well. And we've just not been playing well, really. I've lost the dressing room as well, and it's because, let's have a look at this. Van Dijk, he wants to leave. In fact, if we go to my promises, he wanted to leave the club in January because Madrid, Man United came in for an offer, and I said no, stay with us, we'll win the league next season. But apparently he thought that means this season, as you can see up here, failed to do that challenge because we can't mathematically win the league now. So he's really cross, he wants to leave. A lot of other players said they want to leave, and I said, oh, we'll qualify for the Champions League. And that's not really going to happen, is it? So they're all getting a bit cross, and a lot of people sided with Van Dijk, De Chilio, one of them. And so if we go to the back to the text, you can see a majority of my starting 11 have teams interested in them: Liverpool, West Ham, Liverpool, obviously, PSG, Man City, Atletico Madrid. So it's not looking great for me. Off season is going to be pretty hard. But we can try and turn that around. We can still win the Europa League, and that will get us qualification. And there's still an outside chance for getting top 4. So hopefully today in this game against Stoke we can do that. We've got a back 4 of Bertrand, Cahill, Van Dijk, De Chilio, a midfield 4 of Tadic, Pierre, Ward-Prowse and Redmond, and then up top Moreno and Austin. Now we're favourites to win the game, as we probably should be. Passionately, this is for the fans. And they've listened keenly, but nothing too much really to do. I mean, it's taken a while for this game to lay blimey. As you can see, Stoke have got quite a defensive formation, a 5-4-1. However, they'll probably score about 10 passes at the moment because we're just playing awful. And oh blimey, I thought we had an outside chance of getting top 4, but I've just seen the points table. We are a good 14 points off 4th place, so I think the best chance we have of qualifying now for the top 4 to get Champions League is winning the Europa League, and that's not looking likely because the form's not been great in the league, and we only drew against Ajax at home. I think normally a team like Southampton, we should be thrashing Southampton. So, I mean, we just scored. That was nice. Dusan Tadic just scored. It's not really going to do much for us in the league though. What I was trying to say is I think usually we should be thrashing a team like Ajax. A team like Southampton should be able to just to walk through them, I reckon, really. However, we struggled, and I think we're going to lose them in the next round. Unless we win 5-0 here, then I might have a bit of confidence in the squad. Apparently we're not in well possession, and looking at the stats, we're not, are we? The board wants me to play possessional football this season, and I don't really understand. It impacts me as a manager. Like, if I don't play possessional football, if we have less possession in more games than we do have most possession, does that mean they're going to sack me? I don't really understand how it works. I think I'm going to make some early subs this game because Cahill's been playing awful, and so is Moreno. So, but we've not really got a centre back to bring on, have we? I don't really want to trust Alfie Jones because I blamed him for 2 goals. That's loss of games. In fact, they didn't just lose us games, those goals. We were losing anyway, but I still blamed him because he's an easy scapegoat. He's not ready for the first team, but due to me just sort of getting rid of our defenders because they wanted to leave, I've not really replaced them. Well, that's a lie. I did replace them with Caceres, but he got himself injured for 5 months by doing something in training, I think, and now I've sort of given up at this point. We'll just trust what we've got. As Pierre has a shot, but it's wide. But that's promising. It's promising to see us having a couple shots. Apparently we've had 7 shots. 8 shots now. 2 on target, 4 off target. That makes 6. So I don't know what the other 2 shots have been. That doesn't really make sense to me. Surely they're either on or off target, but oh well. You can see Stoke have changed their tactics. They're a bit more attacking now. They've realised the urgency. They need to get some points. Where are they in the league, Stoke? Down in 14th. Well, they should be safe. I think they're fairly safe. I think they'd expect to be a bit higher this season with the players they've got. I quite rate Shaqiri. He's a very good player. As he gets the ball and passes it to Diouf, passes it to Boney, who misses. I don't really know what I was trying to say. I wasn't even focusing then. Diouf plays it to Shawcross. Shawcross to Indy. And they play that nicely, Stoke around the edge of our penalty area. And it's worrying, as Johnson can't reach in. It's a goal kick to Southampton. So that phase of players, luckily for us, been dealt with. And I've just realised I've been a bit of an idiot. I was talking about shots earlier, but actually I was talking about Stoke shots. It doesn't make it any better. We've had 7 on target, 4 off target, but 13 total. So 2 have gone missing somewhere. Don't really know about that. Pierre's looking very tired. Stephen Davis can come on. And DeCilio can come off. Don't even care who's going to come on. Can we swap Bertrand? No. We're just going to put Target on. It's only for 10 minutes, isn't it? 5 minutes even. It's not going to matter that much. And this now should be the end of the game. We've got 30 seconds to hold on. If we can hold on, we'll have a first Premier League win in 5 games, which is nice, and moves up to 7th in the table, which is slightly better, I suppose, but we need to be... Oh, we're just not going to get anywhere, are we? All the players are going to want to leave in summer, which makes it interesting. Calm, good win. Well done, boys. It makes it interesting because if a lot of players want to leave in summer, then maybe we should just sell them all and have a completely different team next season, which would be quite interesting. I quite enjoy that. At the same time, I quite like some of these players. Van Dijk's good. DeCilio's good. I can't remember the other 2 that wanted to leave, so maybe they're not that good. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're back for the Ajax game now. The line's the same, but we've taken Pierre out for Davis, and I've not been impressed by Moreno past couple of games, so Thalas is coming on for him. Now, as you can see from the other games, Borussia Mönchengladbach, Benfica, PSV and Atletico Bilbao, Man United just beat Fiorentina actually in the day before. So they're the potential teams for us to go against if we reach the semi-finals. And quite frankly, the way we've been playing recently, I think we've been lucky to get as far as we have and to get a draw against Ajax. And I don't think we'd progress past the semi-finals if we get there. And I think that is down to a lack of recruitment from me. I think due to the games we've been playing, we've had a lot of games. Obviously, we've had all the group stages and then all the knockout rounds. I think that's affected us in the league, where due to the lack of squad depth, we've just not been able to field different teams and show that players haven't got a safe position in the team. That's what I'm trying to say. Like Moreno, he's been our go-to striker all season, and perhaps we should have had more squad depth in terms of playing other people instead of him, and just to say, oh well, actually you're not the only striker we've got on this club, and we need you to perform, otherwise you're going to get dropped. And that's probably a bad example because we've got quite a few strikers, but the centre backs at the moment, all we've got is Van Dijk and Cahill, and they've not been playing well recently, and the only replacement we've got for centre back really is Alfie, whatever he's called, and he's only good enough for League One, let alone the Premier League and European competitions. So I feel like it's been my fault actually. I'll take the blame for that, you know. Obviously the players haven't been playing well and they deserve some of it, but I don't think I've made the right choices as a manager maybe, so that's something to look for in the future. Recruitment over summer's got to be heavy. I've got to make a lot of signings, I think. As Bertrand Traore comes through our team and scores a wonderful goal, and Ajax thoroughly deserve that, I think. If you look at the stats, they've dominated us already as we come to half time. So yeah, I think over summer maybe not invest heavily in players that are going to take us forward, as in, you know, players that are better than we've already got, but players that are equal to at least. So in that respect, we can have the squad depth and we can change the squad around if things aren't working, and be less restricted in our starting 11, because of the season we have been quite restricted. We've had a lot of injuries, which obviously you can't blame, I suppose. You can't say, oh, we've had injuries, because every team gets injuries, and then I feel like I've just made a really weird point there. Obviously, we've had a lot of injuries, which you can't foresee, I suppose. You've got to look at it, and you can't really assume that you're going to get 3 injuries that are going to be season long, like we had. Jeremy Pierre, he got injured for 7 months. We've had Casarasi's injured for 5 months. Joe Rodriguez is injured for another 5 months as well. And they've just scored another. That was awful from Van Dijk. Did you see that? He just passed it back to the keeper, and no one really reacted apart from their striker. And as it stands, we're going to go out the Europa League, and Ajax deservedly need to go through as we make an attack now. In fact, Thalas came on, didn't he? No, Moreno came on because what's his face? Austin just got injured, so then we're probably down to 2 strikers now, aren't we? Moreno and Thalas. Moreno can't score because he's rubbish at the moment. So yeah, I think what I'm trying to say is that the downfall of our team has been written in the stars due to the lack of squad depth. I just sort of thought we'd be alright, but really we need to sign a lot more players. And I think what I'll do is I'll just cash in on Van Dijk, let him go wherever he wants to go, cash in on the other players that want to leave, and then we'll rebuild. We should have a lot of money then. As Redmond comes down this right hand side, puts the ball in, nothing, But we don't have any other players to play on that right hand side, do we? If we look at subs, if we want to take Redmond off, okay, maybe we do, but he's not actually that good, is he? He's been injured all season. He's only come back not too long ago. Actually, he came back in January, but he went straight to the African Cup of Nations, so he's not really played for us at all. Let's bring Alfie Jones on, Give him a run. He might be better than Van Dijk, you never know. He might play better than him because Van Dijk's just been a little wuss recently. And it does frustrate me because we are such a better team than Ajax, and yet they've absolutely dominated us. And maybe that's just me playing a 4-4-2. I'm taking my inspiration from Mike Bassett, England manager. But, when you've got finishers like that, you 1-on-1 with the keeper and you can't beat him like that, then you've got to be asking questions of the players as well. And quite frankly, I just don't think we've been doing enough this season as a team to step up to the mark. No one's really taken the leadership role and said, right, we need to improve. As they're probably going to score again now. Deschilio tackles them. And that's the end of the highlight. 2 minutes added on. End of the game coming up. Go on, get another one. Go through in style. There we go. Amsterdam Arena. Ajax win 2-0. And losing Mr. Ty should never be an option. That is right. No excuses for that. But they will look stressed and switched off. And they can all go, as far as I'm aware. We'll have a new starting 11 next season. Oh look, the unlucky today didn't really do much either. Right, let's look at the schedule. We've got 5 games left in the Premier League. I'll probably play these 4. We'll have Swansea on the last day of the season, and then we'll go through the team and just see how bad we've been all season. And we'll go from there. So, if you enjoyed the episode and my little rant about the team, sorry it was a bit of a rant actually, probably wasn't entertaining, was it? I was just getting a bit cross. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.